Hey everyone, it's Charlie over at Great Legal Marketing, and the subject I'm going to talk with you about on today's video is free reports. Are they actually really worth it? I know a lot of people out there see that a lot of people are using free reports, and we want to think to ourselves, well, if so many other people are using free reports, is it really worth it for me to use a free report? Does there need to be another free report out there in the universe? Well, the answer to that is absolutely 100% unequivocally yes. There should be a free report on your website. There is actually a reason that smart marketers use free reports on their website. Now I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks to make your free report a lot more valuable and stand out from all the other white papers out there. So the first thing you need to understand is simply having a free report in place, whether in the form of a white paper or a book. Book is always better, by the way. Tip number one right there. Your having a free report shows a great level of authority and credibility, a very important step to achieve when you are an attorney. Because you see, there are a lot of attorneys out there. I bet that if I did a search in your city or in your town for an attorney, even your specific type of law, I would find a lot of competitors. I'd be able to visit multiple websites. The one thing that still tends to stand out in the lawyer arena is having a free report, especially a book that you have written made available to people. See, this right here, the simple act of putting out that information is a lot more than most people are willing to do. You see, a lot of other attorneys are obsessed about their brand, about how they look, about the colors that they have on their website, and the skyline picture that they feature on their homepage, when that doesn't do any good for any consumers. What does do them good is seeing this person has information for me. Maybe I should read what they have to say. You're creating a psychological trigger that benefits both you and the potential client because they now have access to information they previously didn't have access to. And at Great Legal Marketing, our biggest teaching point is that we want to teach you educational marketing of potential clients. We want you to educate people and help them make smart choices. And if you're the right attorney for the right person with the right case, you should have information out there available for that right person that leads them to choose you. No one else but you. It is your moral responsibility to make sure that the people that you would best serve end up choosing you and not your competitors. That's a big idea. I know it's kind of a radical idea, isn't it? But it's important that you understand that. And if you lock that into your brain, you're 10 steps ahead of your competition. So let's talk more about the free report. Well, one of the other reasons we want a free report on our website is the ability to build our database. You see, when someone comes to your website and bounces away, if they've never interacted with you, if they've never given you a piece of their information, there's no way to follow them after the fact. Unless you're using remarketing through Google AdWords, which is something you could possibly do, and I might even recommend probably a video on that later on. But for now, we're focusing on free reports here. So you can build your database by offering a free report that requires, say, first name and email address, or if you want to mail it to them, always an advisable idea, their full mailing address. When you build your database, you can now continue to market to those people. That's key here. If we're gathering email addresses, we should do something with them. That's a smart one. That's a big tip number 2 right there for you. So build your database by having a free report. All the other attorneys are relying on people to land on their website and take action right then and there by calling them. But if you offer the free report, you're the one attorney that allows them to take a small step, a baby step into what can be a very difficult world. That sets you apart immediately from your competition and is very, very important mentally for potential clients who are not yet ready to hire an attorney. See, we're already building a ton of value from creating a free report, and I'm going to show you how easy it can be to create one. So when actually creating a free report, there's something really important we have to discuss, and that's bad idea versus good idea. So what's a bad idea? A bad idea with your free report is just to deliver good old-fashioned, bland, dry information. What a mistake. I know it sounds like it should be the thing to do. I want to inform people. I want to educate them. Think back on your best professors, the ones who really got you to engage in the class. I'll bet those professors didn't sit there at the front of the room with their backs turned, scribbling on the chalkboard, muttering a few words. I'll bet they're the ones who engaged you, asked questions, told stories, made you want to be part of the material. They didn't just deliver info. So in marketing, when we just deliver info, we're the equivalent of the bland, boring professor, and that becomes your brand. And that's not a brand that you want. Now, what would be a good idea? A good idea would be to engage, captivate, and motivate. So the first thing we have to do is we have to engage people to both want the report and to read the report. So here would be an example of a way to engage people. Create a report that specifically suits their needs. For example, your guide to Arizona estate planning and wealth protection by, of course, you, the person who wrote the report. Other cool benefit, you become an author. That's tip number 3. Being an author builds that authority over just being an attorney. But having this kind of specific guide that talks to a specific person, the client that you would like to work with the most, is the way that you can engage people through an effective headline. Now make sure you continue to engage them throughout by having great headlines for your content, and in your table of contents, make sure the chapter titles are exciting. Don't just make it some boring, almost version of a form letter worth of table of contents. It should have interesting headlines that ask questions, that probe their deepest, darkest fears. I know that's a little strange, but that's what we like to call psychographics. Psychographics are getting inside the mind of your potential client and helping them solve the real problems, the things that keep them up late at night. Okay, so next we want to captivate people, and the best way to captivate them is to tell stories. Everyone loves hearing a story, and by the way, if you can make it slightly amusing, but that's even better. I know we're talking about the legal field, making legal stuff amusing might seem dangerous. And I'm saying this working at a personal injury, medical malpractice, and long-term disability law firm. But when you can lighten things and maybe break someone's expectations of all the seriousness that they expect, that can be a powerful way to captivate them. But most of all, tell stories. This, by the way, means testimonials, case results, your commentary on important cases that have happened within your area of law. These are all great ways to captivate people beyond just the boring, dry recitation of facts. And then finally, we want to motivate them. When we engage and we can captivate, we are now able to motivate folks. And we motivate them with a call to action. You always want to make sure that there's a next steps opportunity for anyone who orders your free report, whether that be calling your office, watching a video series, or just scheduling an appointment online if that's something that you have available. Once you've captivated them, only then can you actually motivate them. If they're not paying attention, they're never going to get excited about working with you. But if you do take the time to engage and captivate, you will be able to effectively motivate. A great example is those of you who have watched this far in the video and who have been captivated by what I'm talking to you about are now more motivated to go and take action and create your free report. I could have sat here or stood here and told you here's the simple form letter for a report. All of you would have clicked off instantly. But now that I'm giving you big ideas and principles and giving you all of this interesting information, you're more motivated. This is super important right here. Your first attempt will always be better than no attempt. The worst thing you can do after watching this video is nothing. Doing nothing doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve the potential clients who need your services most, it doesn't serve your team, and it doesn't serve your family. Taking action and getting your first report out there helps everyone within the circle of influence you have created for yourself. Take your first shot at this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Send it to some friends and family. Get some feedback from them. Trust the formula that I have given to you here to engage, captivate, and motivate. But go ahead and create your first free report and make it available on your website. Do your best to make sure you're capturing an email address so that way you can build your database. But just go and do it. More than anything else, I promise you it will affect the effectiveness of your website. It will make it better. It will make it stronger. It will engage the people on your website and improve your numbers. It will allow you to capture a whole new audience of potential clients who weren't ready to pick up the phone. So yes, free reports, do they work? Absolutely. And we keep using them today, and we recommend them 100% to everyone who wants an effective way to engage potential clients. Thanks for watching. Hey all, if this is something that really interests you and you want to create a free report and find out how to get it in the hands of as many potential clients as humanly possible, check out the URL below to find out how you can get 2 free months of membership with Great Legal Marketing, and a big package of information will ship to you that includes more information on how to create your report and how to get people to download it or to request it from your website, or to even call you up from a print ad to say, I want the book. Just go to the URL, 2 free months. It will be worth it.